TRS Clips is the highlights channel of the Ranveer Show, and this channel is created so that you can go on a binge watching experience and learn at the same time. I know that a lot of hyper rich people consult with you, billionaires and industry leaders and all that. What are their problems like? Similar to the common man's problems? Because I don't know. I mean, of course, yes, they're also human beings.
Correct.
But I'd like to know the differences more than the commonalities.
Right.
Because every young person today is thinking about being a billionaire or quick money or luxury, materialism. Earlier, social status was cars and clothes. Social status now, social media numbers.
Right.
Everyone's chasing that
numbers. 100%,
lust.
100%.
But now go on, sir.
Yes, you kind of answered your own question by saying that billionaires are human beings too. Human beings are human beings, whether you're a billionaire or not a billionaire. Being a billionaire makes life a little easier on one front. On one front, your life becomes much easier. Like somebody did say, right? I know that a good car can't make me happy and can't bring a smile on my face. I know that. But isn't it better to cry in a Lamborghini than in a Fiat?
Yeah.
You'd rather cry in a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So have a Lamborghini. Right?
Yeah.
So I would say that when it comes to material affluence of having reached a very, very high level, life is easy on one front for sure. Right? For sure. Everything's sorted for you. Everything's convenient. Having said that, relationships are what they are. Every human being is a human being. When there's interpersonal interactions bring interpersonal complexities.
And you're not just talking about romantic, of course.
Pardon me?
You're not just talking about romantic relationships.
No, not just about romantic relationships. Everything else too. Every other relationship too. There are insecurities. At every level, there are insecurities.
Yeah.
If you're a millionaire, you have insecurities. If you're a billionaire, you have insecurities. There's so much FOMO at all levels. Energize Your Mind Chapter 2 is only on FOMO.
Because it's that common a human trait.
Very common a human trait that at every level you're going to feel that, that guy flies first class everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Because you're a billionaire, you fly first class. But the other billionaire has flies private jet.
Yeah.
And then, this billionaire flies private jet. But then that billionaire owns a private jet.
Yeah.
But that billionaire owns a private jet, which is just like a 20-seater. This guy owns a 400-seater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, will there be an end to where you don't see somebody who's up there? There's always going to be somebody who's up there. Better than you in some space or the other. So, I really don't think it's a millionaire or a billionaire issue. It's a human issue. And as human beings, in whichever social and socio-economic stratum we fall, we have to learn to deal with these things. Right? Even a billionaire has to learn to dealing with his or her insecurities when they see others. As much as somebody who's just a middle class person. Yeah. But the middle class person, because he's fancying the comfort so much, thinks that inko to aisa nahi ho sakta na.
Yeah.
When somebody is down there, says, inko aisa kaisa ho sakta hai? Inke paas to sab hai.
Yeah. They think that happiness lies there.
They think happiness lies there. And they think that once you have it, your emotions change because how you're not going to think why others have this. But that's not the case. I think everybody has their own emotional insecurities. Everybody has their own relationship issues, health issues, serious health, physical health issues people get, family issues. Yeah. That everybody goes through everything. We are a society of humans.
I'm going to relay some information I have straight from a billionaire's mouth. I have a friend who's a billionaire, self-made. And I asked him, what do you not like about billionaires? He said that you won't believe how competitive they are with each other. Like when they meet, there's so much competition about, I'm at number 5 in that list. No, I'm at number 4. It's so petty. The thing is, we're here as regular folk looking at those lists thinking that, whoa, those 20 people have done something with their life. But the truth is that the 19th person is thinking, why am I not on the second position?
Right, of course.
It's so strange. But look at all the people you've gone ahead of. Look at what you've done with your own life.
Yes.
Another friend of mine, Tanmay Bhatt, he's also a YouTuber. He had something very cool to say. He told me every millionaire wants to be a billionaire and every billionaire wants to be funny.
But I must tell you this, that some of the people in the billionaire league whom I know, I mean, are real big guys. And I mean, when you talk to some of those people in a very intimate, private conversation where they are completely themselves, right? One of the problem with being in a certain space of success is externally you have to put up what you need to do. Right? You have to conform to certain social standards of living. But then when you're in a very private, intimate space of very authentic, very genuine. I know some of these very good friends of mine, very, very close. They're such deeply authentic and spiritual people. They base everything that they do on the fundamental principles of the Gita. Right. They are sometimes ruthless in business, which is what you have to do when you're in business. When you look at them in inside quarters, you see them to be so deeply rooted. In fact, when I've spoken to some of them, I can't share names, obviously. When I've spoken to some of them, I see them in a space of mental stability and peace. Right. When they're out there, can't see them peaceful. The stress.
You got
to go there, get there, right? And when I see them behind the scenes, I see some of those people like functioning from a space of calm. And I feel, if I might say that, some of those individuals, I can't generalize for everybody, but some of those individuals, I feel because they function from that space of calm behind the scenes, they're powerful when they're on the scene. Which is the side that's not seen by the world. And probably they may never show the world. They may never show the world. But this side to them exists too. Like, we're not only talking about the billionaire issues and the billionaire human sentiments and insecurities. We're also talking about some of those who have deep spiritual grounding. And it's quite impressive, actually. When I see them, in Sanskrit, there's a term called Raja Rishi. Raj is a king or an administrator, someone who lives in affluence, and Rishi is a sage. So a king on the throne is sage in life. So some of these people, when I look at them, I actually feel they're Raja Rishis. When I talk to them in person, because they're like a king, when they're at work on the CEO or the director's seat, I look at them in real life, they have such sage-like lives. So it's quite incredible to see that contrast. Beautiful contrast.
You know, Arjuna's got to fire an arrow through someone's skull and not care about it, and then go home and meditate as well.
Of course.
How did the billionaires become billionaires? What have you noticed about that? That's a personal question.
How did the billionaires become billionaires? The mainstream idea of becoming a billionaire is have the right kind of product and the right kind of presentation. The only two things that work in the world is your product has to be up there, completely different from what everybody else is giving, and your presentation of the product has to be up there, because you might have the best product, the lousiest presentation finish, but the best presentation, lousiest product finish, both come together, and then all the strategies surrounding that, powerful. Of course, mainstream. I think when you closely observe these individuals, there's that X factor that these guys have that many of us don't. It's because of that X factor is who they are today, right? That X factor, I feel personally, is their mindset, the way they look at things, the perspective that they have about things. Because it's that perspective, it's that mindset, it's that wisdom that makes them take those decisions. It makes them take those risks. It makes them take that leap of faith at times. Some of those perspectives and that wisdom, that clarity, it's probably come to them from their family, fathers, grandfathers, passed down to them. Some from their reading, their gurus, their spiritual gurus, but a lot from their own life. A lot from their own life And the one thing that I've seen in their lives is they just don't feel afraid about making mistakes. They don't feel afraid. They're not fearful of making mistakes, because they very well know that it is a mistake that shaped them. It's a mistake that made them who they are today. And even at this stage, if they were to make a mistake by taking a risk, they're open to it. So I think it's that mindset. That mindset is that X factor that differentiates everybody else from those who are up there, I feel.
How are they trying to train their kids?
Are they trying to train their kids? Is they're trying to train their kids in the best possible way by giving what they have learned in their own personal lives, what they've received in their family legacy, what they have learned in their own lives, and at the same time giving space to their own kids to be themselves. We live in a different generation. When they were growing up, they were of a very different mindset in their connection to their parents.
Yeah.
And their kids today are a very different mindset and connection with their parents today. So the beauty of all of these individuals is that they know very well, they are aware that while we pass on the legacy and while we give them what we need to give in terms of our know-how, our experience, our wisdom, our realization, it is also very crucial and important to give them that space to see how they can do it their way. So I think that's really a very good balance, and I've seen that happen a lot of times too.
Thank you for watching. Our team spends a lot of time curating playlists just for you. So make sure you check out all the playlists that we've created on TRS Clips if you want to speed up your learning process.